is the partypoker.net European Open 4. The field is narrowing. The semifinal and turbo tables are taking shape as we learn which top pros and internet young guns will be fighting it out for that $500,000 first prize. But a question remains unanswered. Will we have a repeat champion? Last year, Liam Flood fulfilled a lifelong ambition by tasting victory. But if he wants to remain holder, he'll have to fend off tonight not only a tough compatriot, but one of the top female players around. Can the gentleman crash the party?
It's never easy in any table you're drawn at, and I think I have Liam Flood sitting on my left, which is probably the last position in the table where I wanted him. In fact, I'd probably prefer to use it at a different table, so that's going to be a little bit of a hindrance that I'll have to overcome.
I'm here to defend my title, and it would be fantastic if I was able to do that, and $200,000 will pay a lot of bills, and my nieces and nephews will be delighted. We get more money.
I played in the Women's World Open. I did okay in that, messed up the final quite badly. Coming into this, I think it's a bit different. It's the same as far as nobody expects anything from me. I'm definitely the weakest player at the table, and I know that. But it's going to be a good experience playing such strong players, I think.
I don't really know what it's like to be a professional poker player because I've never done it, but I enjoy the thrill of playing poker. Texas Hold'em, I think, is quite an interesting game. It's quite quick. It's a lot of luck, but also it's a lot of skill, and it's just something that fascinates me.
I think I've got a really tough table today. Marty Smyth is obviously the Irish Open champion, and he's got quite a few results in the TV format before. He's very unlucky not to win the Poker Million last year. And Liam Flood is just unbelievably dangerous in this format. I think he's one of the top players in the sort of studio-based six-handed TV format, so it's going to be tremendously tough.
I'm here to put my 55 second places convert it into a win, and to just get one in the net, really. So it's time to get the money back.
Defending champion taking to the felt here this evening, and I am joined by one of the top British players in poker, Roland Wolfe. Hi, Roland.
Hi, Jesse.
Just back from down under, I understand.
Yeah, it's been a really nice end to 2007, and 2008 has started really well in a poker sense.
Yeah,
so
no, that's true.
I just had a nice time, played in an EPT, and just really looking forward to seeing how this European Open pans out.
Chips on the table, 100,000 in play. Yellow's worth 1,000, blues are 2, reds 5K each. There's 600,000, and of course the runner-up has a second chance in the turbos. Blinds 1 in 2,000, and how's that seating going to work out with sort of Liam having the two sort of tougher players on his right in Smyth and Keston?
I think it's very nice for Liam. Marty Smyth will know about Liam and maybe look to trap if he gets a big hand, but Liam's just gonna take this pretty easy. I mean, he's got the position where he wants it. He's the most aggressive player on the table. He might steamroller out in front and look to establish a chip lead here.
Oh my, look at this. Pocket kings, and Keston's raised from the button. Now, Robin, when he's raised here, will naturally expect to be looking at a big pair.
17.
You're unfortunate as well that it's Liam, because he knows Liam is more likely to do it. I also told Robin before this not to be scared. He might just throw it in.
But I mean, Liam's not generally a move maker with the re-raise, isn't he? That's not...
All in.
Oh my gosh. Oh my! What has Kesten done here?
That's my advice.
Kings.
Roland, you're taking responsibility for this.
That's probably the first move that Robin Keston's done in a level 1 of any of these tournaments. Timing is everything.
What is up with that? That's not Robin Keston's MO at all, Roland. And I mean, did he just think that Liam was?
Yeah, he did. He thought Liam was stealing, and that's my coaching school. And he thought, you know, he can get him to pass Ace Queen.
I think these two are very close. I mean, the defending champion here, Kings all in, and anything but the ace, and he will be a big favorite for this heat. On the other side, if the ace pops, Kesten will have nearly knocked him out.
It's almost a 50-50 in these, for me at least. There's the 10.
Yeah.
Well, they'd have played the consolation here is that they would have played quite a big pot on the flop anyway.
Well, 5 cards to avoid for flood, and Kesten, geez, he seemed in such good form when he came in this evening. He said he's ready to get one of these in the net. Such a... It's a play you'd expect from some people, but not for Robin Keston. I'm stunned. I'm stunned, Roland. Maybe he just decided that the Robin Keston of old is gone, and this is the new look.
Well, he hadn't been getting any luck the way he was playing before, so, you know.
Be nice to the dealers.
Oh, he done it! He has done it! And he's done it to the defending champion.
I had exactly
Wow,
100, so
that's a funny hand. This played out funny and shocking on the river. You know, that was my coaching, you see. Shove it in with the worst hand. Hopefully they won't call you. If they do, you can still outdraw them. But wow, 50, that's 60, an interesting 70, hand. 80, Robin Keston looks stunned.
That's the story.
That's the secret.
He's only got 1,000 left.
I shouldn't have called.
You should. I'm asking.
Wow. Certainly glad I got.
So much for defending your title.
Some story. Make it back from here.
Just call him Mr. Lucky. Robin Keston cracking the gentleman's kings with the all-in push before the flop, Roland. How about that?
That's one way to crack him with the third 10 as well.
A poker player's life is generally very hard. I'm not a full-time poker player, so my life is fairly good and I've had good results in the last few years. But trying to make a name for yourself in the poker community now is very, very difficult. You want a lot of luck.
Welcome back. 195,000 for Kesten, runaway chip leader, and Flood now all in the small blind. This is just...
Pass.
I mean, really, the end was last hand, but he's going to stay at the table until that 1,000 is gone.
It's only 1,000 he's got. Wow.
Okay.
And Bronwyn Campbell having the chance to say she knocked out the champ. And she's got a very good chance. Seen some quick knockouts in this format, Roland, but this
They're the last hand.
pretty amazing. Flood doesn't feel it.
If I got a 10 now, I'd have a full round at the table.
Does that just go to show you, Roland, it's there's some things sometimes in poker you just can't do some things. There's nothing you can do about some things.
This happens all the time, you know.
It's part of the game.
Situations come up, and you have to be very lucky in a poker tournament. The best hand is never that much of a favourite.
It's a pretty big favorite now. 3-8. Roll Liam's out. Yeah, I mean,
Thank you.
most of the time 60-40 is considered a massive favorite, and it's just 60-40. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
I mean, it's not like playing chess or golf. There's a huge element of luck in it, and you know you'll see all these big professionals going to play these tournaments, but you know they're never that much of a strong favourite in any hand that they play.
How do you think I'm feeling? Terrible. But it happens. I wasn't feeling sorry for Robin when I saw he had ace 10 and I had a pair of kings. And I'm sure he's not feeling sorry for me now. But that's the way the games go sometimes. And man, Marty said, well, I'd be better off if I didn't have cards. He's probably right.
Robin Keston is not one who's going to try and push his opponents around. He's in a position here where he's at a table with 4 not aggressive players. He's had chip leads in the past, but there's always been someone there who's going to try and push him back and take his chips off him.
Call.
This is obviously it wasn't a huge raise, just 4,000 more, but Barry could get himself in trouble here. He's just trying to sort of keep his foot in the water, send a message that he's not going to be easy to rob.
7,000.
I think he's got that glint in his eye that he's looking to outplay people. I think he wants to make moves. And I think that's why he called more with the intention of making a move than anything else.
You saw it before it even happened.
Raised.
The glint in his eye, you say, huh?
26,000.
Does Bronwyn see the glint? I mean, Roland, it's a strong move, but it's fraught with danger. I mean, she doesn't really have anything, but what if she did?
Yeah, I mean, he had the look of someone who just wanted to make a move there and then it'd probably get away with it.
He's now committed like nearly, it's over a third of his stack. I mean, it's putting his whole tournament on the line here with absolutely no information, really, isn't it?
Pass.
Oh, well, it's a
successful
button raise,
play. You know, he got away with it. The first level has been kind to Robin and the river cards as well. And everything will follow now the defending champion's out. Marty Smyth has basically been the tightest player of the others. 2 and 4,000 is the blinds now. And is it time for Marty Smyth to wake up, or is he okay for another level, just sort of sit and watch?
Yeah, as you know, Jesse, the first couple of levels, this is level 2, level 1, 2, maybe even 3, you don't need to be doing much.
Pass. Cool.
Limp in on the button from Carter, who's
Cool.
he may be guilty of trying to win it early, but he's certainly not guilty of sitting there like a lump on a log. He's going to make some noise before this thing's through, this Carter.
I just think that it's a mistake in this format to be getting 2 out of line too early on.
Check. Check.
As you say that, look at this. Bronwyn's flopped top pair, and he's flopped 2 pair. I mean, this has just come
7,000.
absolutely perfect. He's going to swallow her up.
Raise to 20.
And because this is the second time in 3 hands where he's made a raise on her, there's no way she can put the king-queen down, is there?
It's a very bad bit of luck for her. She's still 27% in the hand if she does decide to follow through with it.
I mean,
there's no real draws out there, so if you do call one spot, and the guy, you have to be deciding what's going to happen, whatever the turn comes.
The fact that she limped, I mean, can she feel like Carter won't put her on such a strong king?
Or raise. Re-raise.
This is pretty understandable here, Roland.
Yeah, I mean, top pair and a very good kicker. She's done nothing wrong. He's pretty fortunate to have found such a nice spot.
Yeah, Carter might have been targeting Bronwyn. Either way, he hit the flop, and the chips are just going to go all in. Bronwyn hasn't announced how much she's going to raise. I feel a bit sorry for her.
I mean, he must know he has the best hand. I mean,
Pocket 7s?
Wow, he'd be giving her an enormous amount of credit if he was to do anything else but lay this down.
Got left.
Maybe
16.
30,000 more. It's kind of a minimum raise nearly.
All in.
All in.
And like at this stage, Bronwyn can fold and have 40,000 left, or call for 4-1 odds. She's basically getting a price, even if she knew what his hand was.
There's absolutely no way that she could fold this hand now. It's going in, and it's just, can she muster that 27%, or
Is she worried about the 3-3s? Is that?
Well, she's worried about everything now that beats her. But you know, she might be ahead, she might be behind. She's getting 4-1 odds on the pot. There's too much money in there. She can't leave herself this short.
I mean, could he have done this with King 10, King Jack, King 9?
It's possible, yeah. I mean, which means it's more likely she's gonna call. She's got to call. I mean, it's just such a bad spot for her. I feel sorry for her.
Cool.
It will be Bronwyn Campbell. I'm not sure, actually. I think she may cover Barry Carter. This is basically both their chips. She may have 5,000 or 10,000 more. The situation will be that Campbell needs to hit Queen, her best card, 7, her second best card. Doesn't really have any other good cards yet. A 4 will work now.
Yeah, that was a good turn. I mean, the deuce was the only bad one there. For this, he's got to sweat a few cards now. She's still got a 1 in 5 chance.
Couple outs here for Bronwyn. River coming. Carter's got her right now. And the kings and trays hold.
No, it's okay.
And
I thought you were in a flush draw. You may
Do I?
Oh, well, then I'm not sorry.
she's a very nice lady, Bronwyn. They're going to count these up. I think she may still be in this, but under the heading, Roland, of these things happen, Bronwyn flopped in top pair, and because Carter had moved on her once before, just had to feel like she was being picked on, or?
Yeah, the way the hand played out is very difficult to get away from. I don't think I would have played it any different. And the money goes in, unfortunately, Jesse. And sometimes in poker, that's what happens. You get a hand that's very likely to be the best hand, and sometimes it's not.
Couple outs for Bronwyn, but Carter's 2 pairs hold and knock her way back. Welcome back. We've lost 1. 5 still playing in this heat of the Party Poker European Open 4. Carter and Kesten sort of both on the near double throughs at the expense of Campbell, who's still got chips, but not many. She's all in here, and Flood is out.
Plus.
And
12.
you just got to move with anything that sort of matches with Campbell's stack there, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, just getting the money in, and don't let yourself the blinds go through you.
Stay live.
As she says, they are live cards. It's not really that bad shape for Bronwyn, although she's all in. The good news for her, there's 30K out there.
Yeah, if she can win this and win another one and win another one, she'll be average. So great. No, I really was unkind in the pot to her before. She needs a bit of help from the deck now.
That's not helpful. An 8 or king would make it nearly impossible for her to be here. She still needs to hit a 6 or 7.
The king would make it absolutely impossible.
Right.
But there's the 7.
Yeah, she's actually favourite now.
Yeah, she's a big favourite. She's got to dodge an ace, a 10, an 8 or a king. Otherwise she doubles up.
I think she knows it needs to be low. It is. 2 pair.
She just cracked pocket aces.
And that 30,000 is, I mean, when you've been down to 8, 30,000 feels like a stack.
It also means that it's not an automatic call when she pushes in.
Not even for the next round. A couple good things happening to Bronwyn Campbell here. And what a comeback it would be from this young lady from Glasgow. You're going to be playing in this European Open as well.
Yeah, I believe I'm next week. You'll see me perhaps briefly, but I'll be there.
Plus.
I think my heat was, I was told it was Ian Cox, Mark Goodwin,
Plus.
Richard Ashby.
Jeez, there's some good form right there. This is time now for Marty to make his move against Carter. He has not. Yeah, he has. This is the first time he's made one against Barry.
34,000 total.
And
Certainly due.
Even if you've got a lot better hand than Barry, you have to give Marty respect based on that. This is only the second time out of 38 that he's made a re-raise.
Yeah, Marty, he's got a very solid image at the table and a tight image. It shouldn't be too much of a decision here for anyone.
Does Barry have a glint in his eye here that he wants to make a play on Marty Smyth?
I think he wants to make a play, but he won't. There are certain players who just always want to make a play. I think I'm sometimes in that category.
You sort of enjoy the play better than the result sometimes.
Yeah.
The idea of it.
Yeah, I'm in that category, and John Duthie's in that category for sure. Tony G's probably in that category as well. You know, just people who just enjoy making moves just for the adrenaline and for the fun of it.
Marty Smyth, one of those guys who kind of has his eye on the prize all the time, which is probably sensible from a
Raise to 12,000
position
total.
of getting the victory. And oh wow, these are the two big stacks, Roland. Is Robin Keston, capable of playing this several ways?
He is. He's capable of just calling up. I think if he re-raises, they're going to play a huge pot.
Raise.
And, I mean, what are the factors that will influence him? Why is re-raising sort of a better decision right now? Because Carter's got a wide range and he's been raising a lot, or
just calling. It's hard, you know. It's hard to win the huge pot with ace king just by calling here. I mean, the other guy could have an ace and give you all his chips on an ace flop, but it's better if they got ace queen. They might give it to you now. There's a lot of other hands.
He's moving all in, isn't he? He's got to move all in, doesn't he? Is he worried about two kings, two aces? Can he put Kesten on ace king here?
No, not really. He's seen the queen deuce. This is just for show. The third raise is coming in, and it's going to.
Yeah, he's made all in.
Ace 10 is not good.
Now,
just do it.
Well, Kesten wants to know. I mean, obviously, you know, Robin was famous, well known for folding kings before the flop.
Do you think that's in the back of his mind?
One of the biggest positions ever in the history of poker at the time, near the final table of the Poker Million. But so he is capable of folding big hands, isn't he?
He is, but this is an absolute setup. I mean, the money's going to go in. Robin is not folding this. I mean,
150.
he knows that to be honest, it's the heat if he can get it. The guy doesn't look overly comfortable. Carter's done nothing wrong in the hand. They both just got hands that they can play, and they have to play, and it has to go in.
The math when this all gets counted out is going to be that Robin has 20,000, I think 20 or 19,000 more than Carter. If they play the pot here, it'll be
115, yeah.
He's getting 2-1 on the pot. He just cannot fold.
Right. It'll be 340,000.
He could be a dominating favourite. It could be a 50-50. He could be in terrible trouble.
You're saying he could be up against ace queen here?
He could be. I mean, it's possible. I mean, the thing is if he folds, he's still got chances. But he's put 52,000 in. I mean, it's just.
I can get a 10 past 12 meeting as well. You said.
No, it's just. It's interesting. I think it would be. I think it's.
Yeah, but I got a better hand this time.
I think
I got better.
Ace jack this time, yeah.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah.
When he starts talking, like that, you know it could be. Yeah. I mean, it just goes in, and here we have a.
Why is that? Why is that, Roland?
It was that one thing.
It is. It's all in. It's a queens against the ace king, the classic race and hold 'em, isn't it?
Yeah, Barrow passed an ace, but it's just your luck on the day.
It is what it is.
They both got very strong hands, and the money goes in, and whoever.
You could do it quicker if you want.
Whoever's lucky wins. They're both desperate here.
It's the king.
Straight away.
It is Robin Keston's day. It is.
Could it finally be the day?
Could be.
You've seen it before though. They're still out.
There's 2 queens.
Just the queens now. It's unlucky for Carter. He's shown a bit of promise and some talent here.
He's made a great showing for himself, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think he's played well.
But how are you going to get away from queens in this format, Roland?
It's unlucky. He played well, and I think he'll be back. Well played, fella. But the story is Robin Keston.
Yes.
How is he going to blow it from here?
Well, Barry Carter will have a story to write about. Look for this in the paper. The queen's going down in flames to Keston's ace-king, the straight race. And, yeah, this just feels like one of those days, Roland. I mean, is it Groundhog Day? Is it Easter? Is it Christmas? Is it the day Kesten wins a 6-player one table?
Pass.
Who do you make the favorite here
Raise.
for second right now? I mean, straight chip counts?
18,000 total.
Favourite for second is probably Robin Keston.
Ace-8
All in.
usually looks good from
All
the
in.
button, but what sort of decision is it for Lascelle Barrow? And he's called it, and he obviously, I mean, is thinking that Bronwyn doesn't need to be this strong to make the all-in play.
Yeah,
right?
and he's right in a way. He's come up against a bigger hand. He didn't really. I mean, he's lost a lot of his fold equity from making moves, but then Lascelle doesn't really make those aggressive moves. So when someone does push onto him, it's the sort of opportunity that he needs to take it. So, while for certain players, if it was Robin in this situation or Marty, I would say it's a bad play. For Lascelle, I don't think it is a bad play. He's got a decent hand and he's going with it. I don't think that it's a bad strategy for him. And Bronwyn, of course, done nothing wrong at all.
Something that happened there was Lascelle didn't choose to go all in and isolate, and that gave Marty obviously a chance to call for value.
But the initial first 18, then there was
It was
an
in
all
horrible
in.
shape. Hold it up. And I mean, think about this. Bronwyn Campbell, she's playing a pot that's 110,000 in chips.
And she's a big favourite in it as well.
This will be a great result for Bronwyn.
I got a feeling Lascelle's going to win this pot, even though one of the aces has been passed.
3 jacks. In fact, case jack. And it'll have to be a queen or running spades for Lascelle to get out of this. But, I mean, it would be really unlucky, really.
Well, we'll have to wait to the river then. That is unlucky for Bronwyn. You know, she's got her money in her head.
Anything but a queen.
Ooh,
so close. And full house on the river for the Glaswegian. Who's you what?
She's in second place.
Yeah, she's in unbelievable shape. And the way she's been playing and the way she plays, I think she's got a very steady game to try and get there.
She'll be playing with a lot of confidence now. You know, she's had cards at the right time, and she's back in it.
I really enjoyed playing the Women's Open, and then obviously at the final I did play really badly, and I think I'd like the chance to kind of redeem myself somewhat and hopefully show that I can play a bit better than I did on the final.
Marty Smyth down to 75K. It's not.
Pass.
It hasn't had much go right for him, and he's had a couple things go wrong. That's a strong left arm.
Pass.
And oh wow.
There we have a call.
Marty's called. Is this just under the heading of nothing to be done about? Ace-8 sort of too strong here.
I don't know. I think it's pretty marginal. Marty, I think he's probably. I would say he's too good to be putting in half his stack. I mean, he's got money invested in the blind. He's getting good odds. So I think probably a little bit too much in there. But it's not that clear. I don't know. I think
On the border.
yeah. I'd have thought of a player of his ability, he'd probably wait, you know, to be able to be putting the chips in himself. His chips are more valuable than even if the guy has King 4. I mean,
It is Barrow all in here, and Marty's got outs. And plenty of outs now for the split pot.
yeah, any Jack. So any Queen,
King.
King, and or 10 higher cards are really going to be splitting a lot of the time. Or an ace.
51% chance for a split here. Marty could win with the running clubs, go with an 8. Lascelle wouldn't mind the double up. He needs him low.
Well, that is the club.
Yeah. It's an interesting card. It's given Marty obviously better chance to win. It's also given Lascelle more chances to win and less chances to split. I don't know. And that's the 9 plays.
It does, and that's a hammer blow for Marty Smyth. For so long, he seemed in command of his play.
He does. He was playing a style of game that was when he was choosing when the chips went in, but Lascelle Barrow now capitalizing on his run of form, his aggression. He's going to feel lovely about things with 76,000. It's been an odd sort of heat.
It has. It has been a strange heat, but I think it's been an interesting one.
Pass.
That is a pretty hand, but just thinking that Bronwyn, she doesn't really have the stack size nor inclination right now to get involved in sort of a. She's not going to be in love with this, is she?
Raised.
She doesn't want to call a
16,000
re-raise.
total.
What do you think?
Pass.
Well, it's a tough spot if she does get re-raised.
Robin's biting his nails. He doesn't look like a man who's about to re-raise, but he's got a hand that could do it.
And he's got a stack size that will, you put people to the test. But then again, he doesn't want to double anyone up. He's in such a nice situation.
Looks like he's.
He's looking at her size. What sort of hand would she have to have to?
It looks like he's well aware that even though Bronwyn is on the button. Oh wow! I said that she's a pretty solid raiser. She's not raising with tomfoolery.
Robin's moved all in.
Because of the obviously the runners up Pete the prize for second.
Pass.
Makes it a much easier fold for Bronwyn.
Yeah, I think it does. I think also the fact that she doesn't have much of a hand. I mean, Ace Jack is a different situation, but 10 Jack is not much in that spot. All is good in Kesten's kingdom at the moment.
The broadsword, Robin Keston. He may miss his 2 a.m. meeting, but he's still here at the table.
Pass. Pass.
All in.
All in.
And let's
Call.
just say this is something.
All in and a call.
I think Kesten's sort of taken a page out of Annette Oberstad's book. The last 3 or 4 moves he's made has been all in, but Marty must at least have overcards to call that. He does, right?
Yeah, it's a 50-50 again. And if Kesten wins this, it looks like final table for him. I think that's fair to say, isn't it, Jesse?
At least semi-final anyway. If Smyth wins, though, it's kind of wide open again, isn't it?
It is, but that's a flop for Robin. No draw for Smyth.
I think if Kesten wins this heat tonight, he goes favorite for the whole tournament. Just becomes the man of destiny. This could be the end for Marty Smyth. 10 makes him a straight. It's not just the ace, not just the jack. It's the face cards that aren't on the board.
Smyth at the door and Kesten's opening it. And he shoved him out.
He's got him. I'll tell you what, Robin Keston sort of Seeing the back now of the defending champion and probably the nominal favorite. 2 Irishmen booted from the board.
I'd like to see Bronwyn come back and win after being down to 9,000 chips. That would be a bit of a story here, even if she get through in second place to the second chance playoff.
Welcome back. Winner tonight straight to the semis, second to the turbos in this heat of the partypoker.net European Open 4.
Pass.
Now Robin should just be putting her all in.
There's absolutely no other play.
I mean, you can take the 6. You can make it 18, and then she can, if she wants to go all in. I mean, that's just as good to make it 18. But a call, I don't like giving them a chance.
No raise.
Right, because he's probably planning on betting most flops anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, make it 18 if she wants to go all in and risk a tournament. He knows that she's going to have a big hand if she does that. And he can get away. And now he's giving the chance.
Well, why has Robin done that?
I don't know, because he's...
15. Pass.
He likes the pain, doesn't he? Do you think if Robin Keston was a cat, he would be one of those? He'd have 3 mice, and he'd just be sort of following them around.
I've had about 7 seconds in these things, and I think I've won one of them. So I've sort of, I've certainly got I've got the experience of playing, and I know what I need to do, and you've just got to convert it, on the last card on the river, if you like, and just get your hands to hold up.
$491,000. Everything has gone Robin's way so far, but you just feel it, don't you? Do you feel the storm clouds gathering? He does.
No, he always thinks that there's storm clouds gathering. But I really don't think that there's that much for him to worry about. It'll be just interesting to see how the battle for second place plays out. There's a great comeback here from Bronwyn, and Lascelle's enjoyable to watch. So it just should be interesting to see who's going to go for second and how Robin treats everything.
Raise.
Raise.
Well, this is what you were recommending before, and it's made this very tough for Bronwyn.
You see, this is a really difficult decision, and it's just Bronwyn doesn't have the experience in this situation to know exactly what the optimal play is. That's not to say, it's not a situation you come across very often. If you play cash games, it's almost a situation that you never ever come across. And you never come across a situation in a cash game. In a multi-table tournament, you almost never come across it.
What is the optimal play here?
Well, in this hand, this is a very tricky hand because she's probably going to get called by anything, but she has to move in. That would be the optimal play.
He's made it 20,000 more. She's moved all in. That's
reluctant call.
That's gutsy. She's come all the way back from 8,000 and laid her tour on the line with 2 threes here, Roland.
And he's called.
And miles in front. Don't worry about it.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Huh?
You probably got 2 overs.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Oh no.
Well, you couldn't begrudge. I mean, you couldn't begrudge Bronwyn having these threes hold up right now. She's played this with a lot of heart.
She has.
Well, I couldn't pass, you see. I wanted to factor that into the bet. The 20, you knew I wasn't passing.
If the 4 or 5 of diamonds can win, Lascelle Barrow's going through, guaranteed to go to the turbos anyway.
Yeah.
At least.
Could be a very...
And Bronwyn must think if she can...
Oh!
Yeah, I'm in trouble.
Oh dear.
Well, actually, probably 1-4 was nearly the same as 2 4s in this spot. She needs the 3 to win.
Yeah. It's looking grim now for her. Just 2 cards in the whole of the deck.
You think that's a sign, Roland? That is,
I'm sorry.
Don't be silly.
What, she's
Thanks.
she put up a brave fight. The guts to make the optimal play before the flop there, Roland. The last hand. In your mind?
I believe so. She's put on a good show, but you know, sometimes in poker, when it's your day, and things are just going for Bronwyn Keston now. Even he can't. You have to think that with 550,000 to Lascelle Barrow's 50,000, he's never going to get a better chance to win a heat.
4 4s.
I never thought that I was, going to come in second or win it. So I was really relaxed at the table. I wasn't nervous at all. I kind of only had one move for a long time, which was all in. And then when I got chips, I kept raising on the button. And then I was quickly re-raised all in. So I lost a few chips doing that. But no, I'm okay actually. I'm not that disappointed.
To be king for a day, just once. And Robin Keston, he has tried so many times in this format, and this could be his night. He's got nearly all the chips, but standing in his way. A man who's done it before, Roland, in Lascelle Barrow. But what a mountain to climb Lascelle has. And
good luck. Thank you.
Sometimes you feel like when everything goes right for someone, all it has to do is turn, and then it's like a waterfall, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't take much for momentum to swing, but I really can't see. I can't see Robin not winning this. I mean,
look at the stats. He's dominated. He has dominated.
It's got to be 10 to 1 on to win. I mean, it would be like the Giants when they beat the Patriots at the Super Bowl. It's that unlikely, but it can happen, as you saw.
He's played a lot of great hands tonight, this Lascelle Barrow. I mean, he called down that bluff, Barry Carter, earlier. He moved his chips well. He stuck them all in.
I mean, things have gone pretty well for him overall, but yeah, I don't hate how he's played at all. But Jack 9 he has to be moving with, I think. But does he know that? I don't know if he knows quite. I don't know if he's been in this situation before.
Pass.
Yeah. So you might think he has a little more time than he actually has in your mind.
Yeah, and he doesn't. He's not so sure to how to evaluate hands or to know what the value of adding the money to his stack is.
I mean, so you have to think back to Dave Matty last time. Was sort of, it felt like he was facing this nearly impossible climb against a net Oberstadt, and he did. He just she ran over him, but he waited her out and came through in the end.
Yeah, I mean, but you can wait people out, but that doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. Just doing it one time, because overall the best strategy is to get the money in before it runs out. So when you do double up, it actually is meaningful.
He'll show those. No stranger to queens.
Just so you don't think I'm always at it.
I actually didn't see what you had there.
Just pocket queens.
Only 35,000 more.
Might have beaten my 8-4
to get his hands on. And
I mean, you never know.
The whole thing about that first hand setting a tone is it just sort of, if you get your chips in first and give the guy a chance of folding, as bad as it gets, it's never that bad.
Yeah, I agree.
Is that your?
Yeah, I think that's true, and people don't really understand that. It might not be the best thing you can do, but it's not the worst either.
He's only got 35,000.
Cool.
And I wonder. I think Robin kind of feels like Lascelle cannot fold anything he can call with here.
Yeah, and he just doesn't really know what this call is supposed to mean. He can give up one hand too.
The blinds are going to hit 5,000 and 10,000, I believe.
Check.
After this pot, and this might very well be the first pot that Lascelle's won head up.
It is indeed.
You've won a pot.
Oh, wonderful.
He's got a great temperament for the game.
I'm surprised you let me play poker.
You know, I had to think about it a little.
And, you know, I mean, it's a bit unfortunate for Lascelle that he finds himself in a dominated position. I mean, that's like,
You've got to be in
that
front.
ain't
I should
fair,
know.
is it?
Well, he's called a limit 10 high. He
even
doesn't.
worse.
It's actually not good. You want to be pushing with that sort of hand. But he doesn't have to be dominated, but he is. It's the sort of day it's been for Robin Keston.
Yeah. And that flop is nearly as good as any other. The king plays.
The king plays, and the jack will seal it. Very few cards now. Just 2 pulls of the deck for Lascelle Barrow. It's into the runners-up turbo tournament.
Is the court
There
jester
it
in
is.
town?
3 kings for a split. Otherwise, it's just all gone right for Robin
Look
Keston
at this.
today.
He even makes Broadway. He even makes Broadway on the last king.
procession.
I think he's just seen it. He's done it!
Hold up.
Robin Keston! Doesn't he look pleased? That last hand one more time. Keston, just the way the night's going for him. Every time he was not just a little better, but a lot, making the Broadway straight to finish Lascelle off, and never in doubt. If there's ever been inspiration for not giving up, how about Robin Keston, like the little engine that could? I mean, Robin, did you ever think this day would come?
Finally got there, yeah. Got it in the net, yeah.
You did. I mean, actually, but before the heat began, you seemed to actually be quite confident that tonight might be your night.
Well, that first hand with Liam was that was the line that was drawn in the sand, and I just had a bit of a problem with him with the last 3 heats that we'd played together. He made these verbal when it's his big blind and my button, and that was the defining moment, and I just had enough of it, literally the first hand.
And
I just said,
and
I said all in, and his immediate call, I go, oh God, what have I run into here? And it was like, and then the ace-10 sort of like fluked it.
And then from there, it just seemed to get easier.
And then there was the pocket queens against the ace-king, but apart from that, it was a clinic.
Lascelle, commiserations, but really well done. I mean, second, there was a point in that heat where that looked like try and get to the heads up and then see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I was very happy to survive to the heads up.
Couple
You've done
good
a very
hands
good job for me.
You managed your chips quite well, and it was
Yeah.
just about surviving, wasn't it?
That's right. I didn't have any very good cards at all today, but I'm still here, still fighting, which is the nice thing.
Robin, this new ultra-aggressive attitude, is it going to carry forward to the semis?
I've always
now?
been an aggressive player, Jesse.
Yes. Do you feel optimistic now, though?
I'm looking forward to it. Listen, whenever they say to me who's in the heat, I don't ever like the lineup, whether I know the players or I don't know the players. So it really is, whoever's there, looking forward to playing.
Well, best of luck, Lascelle in the turbos and Robin in the semifinals. Robin Keston has freed his chains. He's won a heat and now goes forward to the semifinals. Who will he meet there? We'll see next time when Roland to Wolfe, Mr. Cool, Mark Goodwin, and Ian Cox take to the table at the partypoker.net European Open 4.